Boko Haram abducted 276 schoolgirls from Chibok, Borno, on April 14 and 15. Shako declared that he would sell them into slavery. 50 or more escaped. The episode attracted extensive coverage from the international media, much of which concentrated on statements made by the former First Lady of the United States, Michelle Obama. In response to criticism for his alleged incapacity and accusations of official collusion from Amnesty International, President Jonathan hired a Washington PR agency. Parents of the missing girls and those who had escaped were worried because they had to wait until July to speak with the president. The authorities announced the girls' impending release in October, but the details turned out to be false. The declaration of a peace accord to the media and the impending release. They were worried because the president's meeting with the parents of the missing girls and those who had escaped had to wait until July. The government declared the girls would soon be released in October, but the data turned out to be inaccurate. Days after the media was informed of a peace agreement and the impending release of all the missing girls, Shako released a video message claiming that no such meeting had occurred and that the girls had instead been married off. Analysts believed that the president's media announcement, which was made without any proof of the reality of the agreement, was a political ploy to boost his popularity before he officially announced his candidacy for the general election of 2015.
Thank you. Of course, the rule was one question per president, but I have to answer it because you're from Nigeria and, of course, has to do with the military. There's a lot of misconception about issues of Boko Haram, the government and the military and resources. You know that when Boko Haram started bombing, started from Abuja, a military barracks, in fact, a leisure place in a military barracks was first bombed. The second was the United Nations building in Abuja. The police headquarters in Abuja was bombed. So if the security services in Nigeria were incompetent of dealing with Boko Haram, I don't think anybody would have been staying in Abuja.
110 schoolgirls, ages 11 to 19, were taken hostage by the terrorist organization Boko Haram from the Government Girls Science and Technical College February 19, 2018. In the northeastern region of Nigeria, in Yobe State, Bulabuland is where Dapchi is situated. The Nigerian federal government sent the Nigerian Air Force and other security organizations to look for the missing schoolgirls in an effort to facilitate their eventual homecoming. Ibrahim Gaidam, the governor of Yobe State, accused Nigerian army personnel of removing a military checkpoint from the town. Around 275 kilometers, 170 miles, northwest of Chibok, where more than 276 schoolgirls were abducted by Boko Haram in 2014, is Dapchi. On the day of their abduction, 5 schoolgirls were killed by the Boko Haram.
Continue. No problem. God will see us. There is God. There is God in everything we are doing. Those bloods that are sharing in Bronu will answer. What of 2 teachers, WAEC, what of 2 teachers that can tell us that they conducted that exam? Do you come with any? Principal? No, too. You waka come.
The Army first said nothing in response to this grievance. Days later, the Army attempted to justify its retreat by making a series of seeming inconsistent allegations. The Army asserted that it withdrew its troops from the town because there was no proof that Boko Haram was active nearby and that, at the time, it had properly handed over responsibility for Dapchi's security to the police before its withdrawal. An Army general expressed concern about a potential impending Boko Haram attack in the nearby Damaturu, 60 miles away, in an Army intelligence document obtained by the Sahara Reporters Group on February 6, 2018. This raises doubts about the Army's earlier claim that it had good reason to believe that Boko Haram had left the general area. No evidence of any such police notification was supplied by the Army, and the Yobe State Police Commissioner vehemently refuted the Army's assertion that his department had received formal notification of the Army's pullout. At first, the governor of Yobe said that only 46 of the 94 schoolgirls who had been abducted from their classrooms had not yet been found. While claiming that 105 girls were missing, Bashir Manzo, the leader of the Forum of Missing Dapchi Schoolgirls' Parents, disagreed. According to Yobe's police commissioner, Abdulmaliki Sunmanu, 111 schoolgirls are missing.
Nan dukan mu ba mu shiga gari sai daga daji sai daji. Samai roket kallo. Kawo ta nan shiga da ita. Bidiyo ne? Bidiyo ba. Gari dan raka kawo su rafa. Kai gore mu kai. Allah akbar. Allah akbar. Gadde ga rogan nan. Allah karka fatima. To ku hadi masu. Assalamu alaikum mutane ne da Allah muna neman dauki.
The only Dapchi schoolgirl still being kept prisoner is Christian Leah Sharibu, who was 14 when she was kidnapped. Several people informed the Guardian newspaper that Sharibu had previously fled her captors but was stopped and brought back to them by a nomadic Fulani family after the other captives were freed. Because she refused to convert to Islam, Sharibu apparently wasn't released with the other kids. Christian Solidarity Worldwide claims that a Boko Haram fighter later received Sharibu as a slave. An audio recording of Sharibu asking for freedom was made public in August 2018. Her parents reported in October 2018 that Boko Haram had threatened to kill her if the government did not comply with their demands later that month. She died in February 2019, according to social media reports, which the government denounced as false information spread for political purposes. After nearly 2 years in captivity, it was publicly reported in January 2020 by numerous news organizations that Sharibu had given birth to a boy after being forcibly converted to Islam and wed to a Boko Haram commander. Nathan Sharibu, her father, brushed off the report and said he wouldn't want to hear such news. She gave birth to a second child in the latter part of 2020, according to numerous sources.